In this chapter, we'll look at the two types of cultured pearl, saltwater and freshwater. We'll look at the three different types of saltwater cultured pearls, and we'll look at all four of those, freshwater and the three saltwater, and compare where they come from, what sizes they're typically cultured in, and what natural colours you'd expect to find them in. So let's take a step back. We have two types of cultured pearl. One is cultured in freshwater and one is cultured in sea or saltwater. The process for farming can vary a little between the two, but let's make a top-level comparison first. Freshwater pearls are cultured in freshwater lakes or rivers. Saltwater pearls are cultured in saltwater in the sea. Freshwater pearls are cultured in mussels, and saltwater pearls are cultured in a variety of oysters. Freshwater mussels can often produce a number of pearls at a time, up to 40 in one shell. Saltwater oysters, however, can often only produce one pearl at a time. Here you start to see some of the pricing differentiation between the two, with culturing of saltwater pearls being far more labour-intensive to produce a single pearl. Freshwater pearls are often grafted with just a piece of mantle tissue from another mussel. Saltwater pearls are nucleated with both a piece of mantle tissue and round bead nucleus. So two different processes are at play here in the grafting, seeding or nucleation stage. You can imagine here how much easier it is to produce a round pearl from a saltwater oyster than it is from a freshwater mussel, when you consider that the oyster is producing layers of nacre which hopefully are forming around an already present round bead. You can also see here why historically so much of the freshwater harvest was not round, and just how difficult to find a round shape it still might be. This is a small part of the crop. What has changed in freshwater pearl farming is the introduction of this bead nucleation to create some pearls presently in larger sizes. And whilst this is a growing part of their process, there is still much of the freshwater pearl harvest that comes from just an implantation of a piece of mantle tissue. Saltwater pearls are cultured in various locations in the world, and there are three main types you'll come across. These are the Akoya cultured pearl, South Sea cultured pearl, and Tahitian cultured pearl. Let's compare those with the freshwater cultured pearl. Here we'll look at where each are cultured and what sizes and natural colours you can expect to find them in. Here is what a freshwater mollusk looks like, and an Akoya oyster, a South Sea oyster, and a Tahitian oyster. Let's take a look at where these are farmed. Freshwater pearls are cultured in a number of places in the world, but the vast majority come out of China, with many lakes and ponds found inland. Akoya pearl farming began and continues in Japan, and Mikimoto found fame by first commercialising these pearls. There is also large production of these seawater oysters in China and Vietnam. These are considered to be the grandfather of the cultured pearl, with many people using the term cultured pearl generally to refer specifically to these. South Sea pearl farms can be found for the most part in Australia, Indonesia and the Philippines. And Tahitian pearl farms can be mostly found in the islands of French Polynesia and the Cook Islands. Let's take a look now at the typical size ranges produced by the freshwater mussel and by the three saltwater oysters we're discussing here. Freshwater pearls are farmed in all sizes, from just 1 millimetre right up to 20 millimetres. But anything over about 10 millimetres would be considered quite large. Akoya pearls are farmed from around 2 millimetres through to around 11 millimetres. Akoya pearls are rarely found above this size, and for the customer looking for larger pearls, this particular type of pearl is not an option. South Sea pearls are produced generally in larger sizes, between 8 and 20 millimetres, and Tahitian pearls are produced in similar sizes, perhaps a little smaller, from around 8 millimetres to perhaps 18 millimetres. So what natural colours do these molluscs produce? Well, looking at freshwater mussel first, freshwater pearls come in natural colours of cream, pink, peach and lilac. And looking at the saltwater oysters, Akoya pearls are produced in whites and creams. South Sea pearls are produced in whites, silvers and golden colours. And Tahitian pearls in the darker colours, blacks, greys and browns. What you'll note here therefore is that pearls being sold in colours besides these will likely be dyed or treated in some way. A pearl's colour is influenced by the colour of the mollusk's shell. For example, the Tahitian pearl will have the darker tones of its mother oyster. Farmers can also try to influence the final colour through the piece of mantle tissue inserted in the grafting process. But the final pearl colour, to some extent, always remains an unknown until the pearl has grown. We are now at the end of this section, and you should now be aware that there are both cultured freshwater and cultured saltwater pearls. You should be familiar with the 3 types of saltwater pearl you'll come across. And for both the freshwater and the saltwater types, you should be aware of where they'd likely come from, in what sizes, and in what natural colours you'd expect to see them.